Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a full face first impressions or a full face review of CATRICE makeup. So I wanted to do sort of more drugstore stuff, and I've already done 2 videos like this. I did a full face of Essence and I did a full face of Maybelline makeup. So if you like this series, let me know, and let me know what other drugstore brands you want me to do a full face of next. You can post that in the comments. So yeah, from start to finish, I'm going to show you how I did this look. I'm going to be trying out so many different products, like complexion products, eyeshadows, lip products, cheek, everything is from CATRICE. I can already tell you there are a couple really terrible products in here and a couple really great ones. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and let's get started with the tutorial. A couple products here that I wanted to try. Well, this one I already actually used, so this is not like, oh, a first impression. This is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation by CATRICE, and I actually like this foundation. This is one of the few drugstore foundations that I think is actually really nice. It sits really nice on my skin. I have the shade 010 Light Beige. The only thing that I can really say negatively about this is that their color range is so terrible. They only have a few shades. I don't know how it is in Germany if you have more, because it is a German brand. But here in Switzerland, we only have like, I don't know, 4 shades or something usually available at the store. So that's pretty ridiculous. And I'm also gonna try this one, the Golden Dust Highlighter Drops. And I picked this up. I thought this looked really cute. Really interesting. They did, and I don't usually do primer. Now this is meant to be used as like highlighting drops, so I think it could be really cool. Mixed in a tiny little bit of it with the foundation. A little bit of that and mix it in. I don't want to do too much. I like this foundation because I feel like it's really easy and smooth and simple to apply, and it has kind of a medium coverage. I might need to just go in with a little bit more. It's just easy to work with, so that's why I like it. I'm gonna again add a little bit of this glow drop to it. But again, the shade range is abysmal, so like that's the major drawback. So I feel like they really cater to lighter skin tones, and I just feel like it's really not fair. I think I could even have added more of that glow, the Golden Dust Highlighter Drops, because it is like a little bit glowy, but it's definitely not like crazy glowy. It's fairly thick texture. Like it's almost not a mousse texture, but it's fairly thick. So I don't understand why they would put it in this dropper. I don't feel like this is maybe the best container for it because it's very thick. Like you can see it's not really running. So maybe this would have been better in like a squeezy tube. And I'm just gonna do a little bit along my cheekbones here. And then blend that in. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It has a very sort of golden undertone though. So if you don't like golden, like a light gold. So now I'm gonna go in with concealer, and this is the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. It says it lasts 12 hours. This is actually my second one. I have owned one of these before and I used it all up. And I can definitely recommend this. This is a great drugstore concealer. I like the finish a lot. It lasts like a nice amount of time on the under eye, and it covers really nice. So this is 007 Natural Rose. It has a slight pink undertone, not too much. But again, the concealers, you guys, they need to expand their skin tone ranges for like concealers and foundation, because again, it's the same problem. They don't have a lot of shades. And I just find that so unfortunate, especially for a country like Germany, which is a very multi-ethnic country. Like I know some people think like, oh, it's just full of Germans. Germany is very ethnically and racially diverse country. I don't really understand how a German brand can get away with doing such a limited shade range. And I picked up this, the Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, and this is the shade 010 Translucent. It's really, really light, but it's supposed to be translucent, so you're not supposed to really see it. It does have a little bit of color to it, like it's sort of a very light pinky tone. And I'm just going to set sort of the middle part of my face. It feels very soft, like to the touch. It feels like a really soft powder. Doesn't feel like it's creasing or like making the under eye. So for me, it's always an issue of how does powder look on my under eye. So next up, I'm gonna go in with some bronzer, and I picked up the Sun Lover Glow Bronzing Powder, and it looks like this. So this is in the shade Sun Kissed Bronze, and you guys, I love this bronzer. This is another one that I already had. Now, I just recently purchased this, and I am loving this bronzer so far. Again, really good for light skin tones. You will see this is kind of a trend with Catrice. They have a lot of things for really light skin tones. And what it is, it's like this marbled bronzer, and you can see, like, I've just swatched it here, like how light that bronzer is. This is definitely not going to work on darker skin tones. Like, can you even see that? And it gives a little bit of a glowy finish. It's not completely matte. Another bronzer that I really liked is the Too Faced, which I think I have it here. This is one that I go to all the time. The Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. This one is completely matte. So this one is kind of like a similar color. It's almost the same color. Maybe it's even like a little bit lighter, but it has a slightly glowy finish. Not super glowy. It's not like a highlighter glowy, but it's sort of more of a satiny sheen. Now that I've been going sort of more for these glowy foundations and stuff, sometimes it's nice to have, you know, a bronzer that underscores that and isn't working against the glows. I have been really enjoying this bronzer. I was reading some reviews actually on Ulta.com. On there, kind of said that it reminded them a lot of the Hourglass bronzers because they have that slight glowy finish. And it would be great if they came out with this bronzer in different shades or different amounts of depth. And what I also like to do is when I do apply bronzer here and I'm wearing like a scoop neckline like this, I'll just pull this down a little bit and then do a little bit across my chest. Sorry if this is like hitting the microphone. It kind of just balances things out. Like, it kind of makes sense that if you're in the sun that it would kind of hit you, you know, on your chest as well. And this is a very forgiving bronzer. Like, you know, you put it on and it'll be kind of hard to overdo it because it goes on sheer. It's very buildable. Okay, so for blush, I picked up this. This is the Blush Box Water and Sweat Proof Blush, apparently. This is the shade 020 Glistening Pink. It looks like that, because I think this one will really suit my skin tone. And the blushes they definitely had some deeper tones. So I feel like if you have darker skin with the blushes, you will be probably able to find something. I'm really sad though that they discontinued these blushes. These new blushes, I'm just not like into them. I feel like they're older blushes. These ones had that slight like glowy finish that I love so much. And these ones just look very matte. Just not really into super matte products anymore. Feeling a little bit dusty, but it's not very pigmented. I mean, I'm starting to see color, but I need to add a lot of product for the pigmentation to show up. And I don't mind having buildable blushes, but I don't like it when they're sort of a more matte texture, because then the more you pile on, the more like powdery it looks. I mean, it's cute. It's nothing really to write home about. This just really feels like a drugstore blush. Color's nice though, it's kind of cute, but I feel like I'm having to add a lot of product to really see anything. Another really great product that I love from Catrice are their mineral highlighting powders. This is again one that I already have. I reach for this all the time. This is the shade Light Infusion. It's basically just a beautiful, gorgeous highlighter. It's very, very, very light. Again, this is kind of, can you see the sort of common thread here meant for lighter skin tone? But I mean, look at that. This is just a super light dusting. It's a very, very light tone highlighter. It's almost like whitish undertone. For me, it's perfect because often highlighters are not light enough for me, like to really look like a highlighter, especially if they have a champagne tone, then often they look yellow and goldish on me. So this highlighter is one that I really love going to if I just want like a super highlighted glowing look, because it's almost whitish. I'm going to use a little bit of this Golden Dust highlighter. This one is very golden. Like this highlighter might work better if you have deeper skin. The powder highlighter, I'm gonna layer this on top with a slightly bigger brush. So this will work better if you have darker skin. Like I always feel like highlighting really light skin, it doesn't show off the highlight as well, just because my skin is so light. So if I had like a really deep tan, which I never do because I don't like tanning my skin anymore. But if you have darker skin, like you could totally do this. You can kind of see it, but it's hard to see because my skin is so light. Okay, next product from Catrice that I really rate highly are the Slimatic Ultra Precise brow pencils. On one side, there's a spoolie, which you can use to groom through your eyebrow hair like that. And the other side is a really, really slim, like very slim line pencil. It looks like there's a good amount of product in here, you know, like when you roll it, this is all the way rolled up. But you guys, seriously, you go through this so fast. That's why I stopped buying them, because they're really nice quality. They really like set your brow and they work great. I think I used this like 10 times and then it was finished. It's crazy how fast you go through these products, because, you know, if you compare it to other eyebrow pencils like that have this kind of format, they'll definitely last you like longer than like 10 times of use. They're really cheap. There's 0.05 grams of product. Let me just compare that with, for example, the MAC one. So this one is a very similar type of pencil. This is from MAC. How much is in here? 0.09 grams. So it's almost double as much. This is so cheap. I think this was like 4 Swiss francs or something. So it's not a lot of money. So even if you get 2 of these, it's still cheaper than the MAC one. But I just feel like it's annoying. Like you always have to go out and buy this pencil. You could just buy like 10 of them at once or something. A lot of the product comes off, which is like good, but it just, you go through this so fast. Usually I can't even do both of my brows without rolling up the product. What is up with that, Catrice? Can you either put more product in here? Like I've already rolled it up now once because so much is already worn down. I'm already rolling it up again. This is the second time rolling this thing up, like a little bit. I don't roll it up a ton. The product itself is great. Like it's so smooth. It comes out perfectly. I wish they had it in more shades. I think they have like 3 or 4 shades or something. And what I like to do is before this sets, because this product does kind of set, I will take an angled brush and then just brush through. If you like this pencil, you probably need to buy like 2 or 3 of them at a go, because you'll be just running back to the store all the time to get more. All right, I've zoomed you guys in a little bit closer because I'm gonna be doing the eyeshadow part. And I'm gonna be using the Liquid Metal Long Lasting Cream Eyeshadow, and it looks like this. Now this is a product that is new to me from Catrice, the Champagne Shower 020 shade. Lip gloss type applicator, except the applicator is like totally flat. Apply it straight like that. So let me I'm gonna blend this out with a brush because it's really liquidy. Let me just see if I can just get some. Often I don't like the applicators on these things, and I'll just use the brush actually. It's very shimmery. And I think I got it a little bit up too high now. I'm gonna try the other eye. Like you don't need a lot of this product. Like a little bit goes a long way. On this side, I used way too much. I would definitely recommend getting it on a brush, like, and not applying it like this, because you'll probably get way too much product on. I do wanna show you guys a couple of these single eyeshadows that I purchased. I feel like from Catrice, they have these palettes now, and I'm not a fan of them. I think I've tried one once and I thought it was not very good quality, but the single shadows are really the ones that Catrice is known for. They always switch out the colors, that's the thing. So sometimes like I decluttered a lot of my Catrice single shadows, because I don't tend to use single shadows that much, and also just because a lot of them had been discontinued, and so I couldn't use them in videos anymore because you guys wouldn't be able to get them. Chocolate Cake by the Ocean in the shade 110. Put that right on top. This side is looking not very good now because I added way too much of that liquid shadow underneath. Oh, it's starting to look chunky. This looks absolutely terrible now. At first I was like, oh, I'm loving it. And now I'm like, no. Because that liquid metal is just looking like Chunk City now. It's just adding a ton of texture to the eyelid. But this side I felt like I did go in with a much lighter hand, and even this side is just looking so textured. Wow. And I feel like you should be able to layer shadows on top of a liquid shadow because it should work like a base. I picked up one of their matte shades. This is in the shade Wild Ginger. And I had this experience also with Catrice, like back in the day when I did use a lot of their products, is the matte shadows are not very pigmented. So I feel like the frosty shades and the shimmer shades give you a good like bang for your buck, but I don't feel the same. Oh my god, this is all like starting to flake now down here. This looks awful. Yeah, I feel like you don't get the same bang for your buck for the matte shadows. You're getting quite a bit of kick up on here. They just feel like kind of dusty. I needed a matte shade for the crease. Like I'm not gonna put, like you can see how awful. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, this, what? Oh my god, you guys. This is disgusting. The whole eyeshadow, that cream shadow, has completely flaked off. Just blending that shadow on top. Totally flaked off. I'm thinking like, should I just take it all off and redo it? But honestly, this is my like first impressions and I want to show you actually guys how this works. This thing I think has been the biggest failure. This one I know I added too much, but this side I know I didn't add too much. Like I was very light-handed on this side, and this eyeshadow has totally flaked off. Basically my eyelid is coming through completely bare. This is terrible. This is like absolutely unusable. Pretty damn sure it's this, because this was already starting to flake before I put the shadows on. So I'm gonna do something different on the lower lash. This is the Kohl Kajal in So Bluetiful. What a pun. I thought this was such a cool color because they have this blue eyeshadow, Blue Bouton. Oh my god, they love their puns, don't they? Blue Bouton, like Louboutin, Blue Bouton. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this on the lower lash line. I wanted to do this like really blown out lower lash line, like blue. In my head, I had this vision of this popping bronzy golden eye look on the top and then like a pop of blue. It's not really working out so far. I'm gonna put this on the waterline as well and see how that sticks there. All right, so that's just the pencil. The pencil actually looks okay. The blue shadow. So let's see. Let me show you guys though this, because I did swatch this in store and I felt like the pigmentation was just really bad. Like, can you see? It's very sheer. That's literally that color. This is 2 coats. Let me just like layer this up. Like, it's like 4 layers. I don't know what's going on, Catrice. Your products, like your eyeshadow products used to be pretty good, but this is kind of disappointing. Catrice Liquid Liner Waterproof in the black shade. Fine point sponge tip kind of thing. All right guys, so I finished up the liner. I feel like the liner could be okay, but now because I have this like chunky weirdness from that horrible eyeshadow underneath, it was just hard to get a smooth line. It just looks so bad now, but whatever. Mascara, and this is actually one that I again like. This is the Glam Doll Volume Mascara Waterproof. So I've just gone ahead and curled my lashes. I feel like it works pretty well. It does define my lashes nicely. Now let's talk about lips. None of the products, I'm gonna be honest here, none of the lipsticks honestly really appealed to me at all. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do a gloss with liner, which is something that I love to do. So I picked up this gloss. This is the Generation Plump and Shine lip gloss, and I like this color. It's called Sparkling Coral. So I wanted to get a matching lip liner with it, but honestly, every single lip liner had been swatched. And this is an issue that I have with drugstore stuff here, because often the drugstore products will not be shrink wrapped, like they're not sealed completely. Some products will have testers, so like a lot of the lipsticks and stuff, there'll be testers out, but some of them don't have testers, and then people just open the actual product and start swatching them, and then they don't like it and they put it back. And so all the lip liners from Catrice that would match this color were swatched, and I'm not gonna buy a swatched lip liner. Like, that's so disgusting. So I ended up just getting this lip gloss. Something to keep in mind, you know, issues you run into. That's the only reason I mention it, because those are issues that you run into when you buy drugstore makeup, at least here, is that often the stuff will be like not in the best condition. I've actually found an old lip liner by Catrice, and I think they no longer make these ones. This is the Precision lip liner, and it's called Lost in the Rosewood, a nude shade that I used to love. They no longer make this one, so that's kind of a bummer. But if I'm just wearing just a gloss, I do often like to do a lip liner with it. So let's just do this. This has like a little tiny micro glitters in it, so I think it could be really pretty with this. Let's see. So there's the gloss. I think that actually looks really, really pretty. I do like the gloss. It is very sticky. Something to keep in mind. I don't mind that so much with glosses because the stickier they are, the longer they will last. Like they're not gluey sticky. All right guys, I'm back. I've just popped on some false lashes because that's what I wanted to do with this look. Even though the top looks so terrible. And I wanted to just give you guys some feedback on something I've noticed. So my eyes here on the bottom are super watery now, and I feel like they're trying to wash out this Kajal pencil that I put on the inner waterline. Like I've had to just reapply it a few times because I feel like it's just irritating my eye. This is like now causing my eye to water, which is causing this liner to fade, even though it says it's supposed to be waterproof. If I had just purchased this and just put this on without a liner, this just isn't pigmented enough. Like, I like the pencil color. Seriously irritating my eyes. Like, it keeps trying to wash it away. So I don't know if there's something in here that's just like irritating my eyes or something. So, and it really only started once I put this Kajal on the inner waterline. So I would say if you have sensitive eyes, then I wouldn't go for this Kajal on the inner line. Like you can just use it on your lower line. So let me just talk you through the products that I really enjoyed and the ones that I think I could definitely recommend. The foundation, I love it. I do use this sometimes. Golden Dust Highlighter Drops. I feel like it was just a little bit too thick. It would have been nicer to see a lighter, sort of more runny consistency. I don't think this is a must-have. Like it worked, but I don't think I would be like running out to repurchase this. The Sun Lover Glow Bronzer. I really, really enjoyed this product. Really great for lighter skin tones. Also really like the highlighting powder. This is something that I've been using for a long time. The blush, wasn't really anything worth writing home about. I don't think I would really reach for this again in my collection. So after this, I will probably put it in my declutter donation pile. The concealer, I think is good. I like this. Like I said, I've already gone through a whole one of these. This was by far the worst product, the Liquid Metal Long Lasting Cream Shadow. It's definitely not long lasting. It starts flaking off right away. If you have any kind of mature skin, just do not go for this. This is gonna look so flaky. It's going to accentuate fine lines, and this totally ruined my eye makeup. The shadows, I feel like of the ones I tried, this one was okay. The Chocolate Cake by the Ocean, which was that gold shade, and I probably will keep this and put it and give it another go, like without that weird cream shadow underneath. This blue one just had so little pigmentation. This really only worked in conjunction with the liner. The liner, I enjoyed the color, but it just gave me sensitivity on the inner rim. The matte shadow, nothing to write home about. Very dusty, not very good pigmentation, and just, yeah, I don't think I'll reach for this again either. The Glam Doll Waterproof Mascara, I actually do like this mascara. I know I have like big falsies on right now, but I do like this mascara. I have used it before. And the gloss, I actually enjoyed it as well. The Generation Plump and Shine Lip Gloss. I think it's really pretty. I think it's a perfect summery lip gloss. I don't like glosses that are super opaque. Like I like when my natural lip color still comes through, but it just makes them look really plump, and I don't know, I feel like it adds a lot of dimension to my lips. So I really enjoyed this gloss. The Mattifying Powder, I like this. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a really great mirror on here as well. Like a really large mirror. I can see my entire face when I use this. This is going straight to the trash because nobody even should be using this. This is terrible. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notifications bell right beside the subscribe button. So if you want to see some other brands, let me know what you would like to see. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.